Are you new to Blender and just getting started with shader nodes? Then you're in the right place. In this video, I'll walk you through how to create a procedural rust texture using some essential shader nodes. This might just be the jumpstart you need to take your Blender skills to the next level. Let's get right into it. To build this rust texture, we'll be using a few important nodes: the principled BSDF, color ramp, noise texture, bump node, and mix shader. Don't worry if that sounds like a lot. We're going to break it down step by step. We'll start with the principled BSDF node. When you create a new material in Blender, this is the node that appears by default. It's powerful and flexible. You can control the color, metallic value, roughness, transparency, and much more. This will form the base of our texture. Next up is the mix shader node. Just like the name suggests, this node mixes two different shaders together. In our case, we're going to combine two principled BSDF shaders, one for the base metal and one for the rust. As you connect them to the mix shader, you'll notice how the output blends depending on the factor value. You can shift the balance between the two materials by adjusting this value, which gives you full control over how much rust you want to show. Now let's add some detail with the noise texture node. This node generates a procedural noise pattern that we can use to create the random, organic look of rust. You can play with the scale, detail, roughness, and distortion to get just the right look. But it gets even better when we bring in the color ramp node. The color ramp lets us take the grayscale values from the noise texture and convert them into sharper, more defined areas. By moving the sliders, we can control exactly where the rust appears and how intense it looks. This is where the rust pattern really starts to take shape. And of course, we can't forget the bump node. This node gives your surface texture depth, making the rust feel rough and raised like it would in real life. We connect the output from our color ramp into the height input of the bump node, then connect the normal output to the normal input of our BSDF shader. Instantly, the surface begins to look much more realistic. For this demonstration, I've added a UV sphere and applied a subdivision surface modifier with 3 levels to smooth things out. I've also split my screen between the layout workspace and the shader editor to keep everything organized. Once you create a new material, you'll see the principled BSDF and material output nodes appear. From here, add a second BSDF for the rust and connect both shaders to the mix shader. To help you see the difference, I'm giving the rust shader a reddish color. Next, add a noise texture and press Ctrl+T to automatically add a mapping and texture coordinate node. Now, add a color ramp and plug it into the factor input of the mix shader. You should immediately start to see the noise pattern appear on your object. The red areas will represent the rusty spots. Adjust the sliders on the color ramp to tweak how much rust is visible. You can also refine the noise texture's detail and roughness to get a more convincing result. Once you're happy with that, add a bump node and connect the same color ramp output to its height input. Then connect its normal output to your shader's normal input. This adds some subtle bumpiness to match the rust pattern. Take your time and play around with these settings. Small tweaks can make a big difference. Now let's make the texture even better. Add another color ramp and connect it directly to the base color of the rust shader. Choose a set of colors that resemble real rust, maybe a deep brown, some orange, and a hint of red. Pause the video and experiment with different combinations until it feels right to you. Want to add chipped paint over the metal? You can. Just bring in another color ramp and bump node to simulate the layered effect. Choose a color for the paint, maybe a faded blue or green, and feed that into another shader layer if you want even more realism. Keep adjusting the noise texture, color ramp, and bump settings until you've got something that looks gritty and worn. And there you have it, a basic procedural rust texture built entirely with shader nodes. With just a few more nodes and some creative adjustments, you can take this even further and create incredibly detailed materials for your Blender projects. If this tutorial helped you out, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. And if you've got any questions or feedback, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Blender tutorial.